We love Panadol. Actually, can you even get that in America? I don't know. I never went looking. Uh, Sorry, I had to fix my face. Uh, why are you? Okay, I'm fixing that. No more of that shit. How's it going, gamers? I assume you can get Panadol here. I just haven't gone looking because I haven't needed it in a bit. Whenever I get headaches, I just suffer. I just sit in silence and suffer. But today is our editing stream. We're editing videos today. I set up a little giveaway, so I'm dealing with that. Let me open a Premiere. I should probably close some stuff in the background because some of this stuff doesn't need to be open. I've downloaded the videos, so I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be doing these.
Pocoding.
Oh shit! Thank you for the follow, Vic. Hey, to drink warm coffee if you have that headache. Coffee, really? Coffee doesn't really do anything for me though. It doesn't give me energy. It just kind of makes me sleepy, which I heard is like a fairly common thing. But okay, let me shift this around so that I can see my entire screen. Probably should make this full screen too. Whoops. I did not mean to click that. Premiere. Why are you so big? I click things that I don't mean to click sometimes. Why are you not centering? Actually, you are centering. I think I'm just dumb. You are really big. Why are you so big? That should be fine. It won't cut off anything, I think. Actually, is Premiere the right size? Yeah, it is. Oh, whatever. I'll deal with that in a second. This is international science. I mean, I failed every science exam I took except for the final one. And even that one I thought I failed for several years until like I got the official results back and they're like, no, you passed. So hello, it's the Shadow Road. Hello, hi. How are we? I'm not meowing. Listen, I might be a kid. It's funny because I'm a cat, yet I bark more than I meow. It's weird. I'm cat coded, but I like barking. I got that dog in me. Ow. I'm glad throwing things works because that was broken for a bit. Alright, I guess I should show my Premiere window. My totally legally obtained copy of Premiere. Okay. I'm not using DaVinci. I've never used DaVinci and I'm not learning it on stream. I'll learn it eventually. So, this is my Premiere window. Uh, I guess I should resize it so that you guys can see the entire thing. We're gonna make a new project because I don't want to use my. Actually, I should probably. Never mind. Hang on. I'll just use my my random clips project because I don't want to accidentally show any information that might be a little too, you know, sensitive. What you do not have 0 channel points. How much channel points do you actually have? Okay, I can afford to make it bigger because it just cuts off the sound. What is happening? There we go. Okay, this is my Premiere window. Jesus Christ, this is probably going to be extremely loud. Hang on. I forgot to. Also, why is audio surfing working now? What? Dude, audio scrubbing has not been working in my Premiere window for like 3 months. And now it's just working. I hate computers. I'm gonna have to remember to like revert the volume after this. Because I'm putting it down so that it doesn't break your guys' ears. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, this is Hex. This was the last. Oh shit! Wait, she hasn't released that yet. Whoops. Spoilers.
ポコリン
Thank you for the follow, Princess Shadows. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I completely forgot that. Spoilers of a single frame. I mean, it's not out yet, and I don't want to spoil it. He's probably releasing it today. She started doing TikTok and stuff recently. I'm glad. She had some reservations about doing it, but I'm happy that she's finally taking the chance to branch out and do some more stuff. Because she's very funny, and I really like her stuff. Shout out to my Oshi Hex. Alright, so we have 2 clips, because only 2 people followed the rules. So, 1080p 60. I'm realizing you guys can't see some of the pop-ups, but that should be fine. Okay, so we got 2 clips to work on. I'll do the one that's I've seen first, because I haven't seen Beezy's yet. Change sequence settings. I have not seen Beezy's yet. So I've only seen Ruby's. Hi, Kai. So this is the clip. It's 30 seconds long. Whoa, it's Ruby. I know, right?
Reported for harassment.
Oh, this is actually a little too quiet.
You can't spell harassment without ass. And that's the only good thing your mom has. Oh, it's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. Oh. It is also equally as funny because it therefore implies that your mother has no other redeeming qualities. Oh.
Okay. Hi, May! How are you? Yeah, May. God damn it. Ruby streams at a very awkward time for me as well, so. Okay, so this one's fairly easy, but I do need a sound effect that I don't think I have offhand. Oh, right. Um, since this is like a big editing stream and I do like editing, I wanted to actually link people to my sound effects pack because I technically made one. It's horribly organized and is not at all like it is horribly organized. Like if you can find anything in this, good luck. But I did want to like release my sound effects pack. I shared it with like 2 people. There's a lot of stuff in there though. Oh, well, bye, Vay. Please get some sleep. Trust me, I know how important it is. So, I'll pin this. Here you guys go. That's my sound effects pack. I'll release it like later on like Twitter and stuff, so that people can have access to it. Okay. What sleep? I wouldn't know. I haven't been having good ones. So yeah, that's my my sound effects pack that has like all of the sounds that I use for editing. I think there are a few that aren't in there, but for the most part, that's everything. The only thing I did not include is music because I use a lot of Nintendo music and I don't want to redistribute that because Nintendo might bite my dick off. So I'm being a little bit careful about that. All right. I need to see if I have the cheering sound effect from the Super Hot Fire video. This is literally going to blow up people's ears, so I need to be careful. I'll bring it into Premiere so that people can see. What's this one? Okay, that's actually a crowd cheering. That's also a crowd cheering. What's this one? Also a crowd cheering. Why do I have 2 versions of the exact same sound effect? So, this is not how I usually start editing a video. I edit videos in stages, and it's not because it's more efficient. It's because my brain is stupid and it doesn't like working in a normal way. Whenever I'm editing a clip for somebody, I do things in stages because I like I like taking breaks in between stages because because I'm mentally ill. So cutting out dead audio is the first way to do that. Well, usually I will like watch through the entire clip and I'll like cut it up first so that I know like I cut it up first so I get rid of all the dead audio and I know like generally what kind of edit I want to do for each stage. Oh my god. Don't worry about it, Knight. It's perfectly fine if you pass out. Yeah, so I know like what kind of edits I want to do. So the first pass I'll go through, I'll cut out dead air, and I'll see how long it is after that. Then I'll go through again and I'll do visual edits. And then at the end of that, I'll go through again and I'll do sound edits. And usually when I'm going through and doing sound is when I'll also do a little bit more cutting around clips just to make sure everything sounds right. Because sometimes when I'm doing the first pass, I leave in a little bit too much of dead air in between clips. So when I'm doing sound effects work and I'm going through everything again, that's when I'll take the chance to like trim up everything and make sure it looks nice. And then after those 3 passes, I do a 4th pass for subtitling. And then after that, I watch it over to make sure everything's okay. I watch it over in double speed because I'm brain. And then after that is when I render it and then I send it out. So that's generally my editing process. But for clips like this, which are usually really simple, I usually do everything all at once, kind of, because I know what I want out of it. So that's usually how I go about things. Sorry if I'm like, sorry if this is a lot. I apologize for the fact that this might be a little bit too much to keep up with. But yeah, for the most part, editing is not that hard though. Okay, so I want the cheering effect from Super Hot Fire. I have to go find that. It might just be labeled like O and something. I do have another like editor's sound effect pack. God knows if I can remember who the hell they are though. I haven't been able to find it ever again. Who threw things at me? Easy, goddammit. So I have to go through like my various different sound effects pack to see if I have that clip. Nope. I have Ocarina of Time sound. What is this? I'm assuming this is a sound. Oh no, this is from. Based on this compression, this is from Superstar Saga. That's Mario from Superstar Saga. I don't know why I have that in there. Well, no, I have. That's in the sound effect pack because. Who threw a Pokeball while I was playing Pokemon Go? We're fucking with you. Okay, so one of the most important things you're ever going to learn as an editor is get several downloading programs. JDownloader is usually what I use to grab sound effects and stuff from YouTube. Because sometimes it's just not gonna like be there. Legally acquire videos and sound effects, please. If I need a specific sound effect, I'll usually go to Pixabay, I think is the name of the website. That's usually where I grab like specific sound effects that I need, like Foley and stuff like that. Another really great website for sound effects though is what? I have it bookmarked because it's a Japanese website and I don't know the name of it. Soundeffectlab.info. Can I show this? Sorry if I'm all over the place while trying to. I've never done an editing stream before. That's a lie. I've done one editing stream, but it was like 7 years ago. I've done one editing stream and it was several years ago. Here. Oh, it's below this. So this is soundeffect.lab or soundeffect-lab.info. This is kind of where I get a lot of the Japanese sound effects that I use because I don't know, they're just kind of constantly used in like in certain VTuber editing. So I use a lot of these. I do have to use a translation program to kind of get an idea of what the hell these sound effects are. And even though it's translated here, it's not translated when I downloaded them. So there are a few clip like audio in the sound effects pack that are Japanese names, and those are the ones I use most frequently, but I have to constantly go through them to remember which one they are because I haven't labeled them. Okay, so did I grab the super hot fire clip? Yes, I did. Let me grab that. I should probably put in some background music while I'm working. Usually I don't have music on while I work because it is very distracting. If you're editing on your own, probably the best piece of advice I could ever give you is do not edit with music in the background. It makes it really hard to hear people speak, and it also makes it very hard to it makes it hard during subtitling and stuff, and you're gonna miss things. You're always gonna miss things.
Reported for harassment.
Okay. Oh, well, the first thing I'm gonna do is Ruby responds to a comment at first. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is highlight that comment. Actually, does the clip that she sent me have... Fuck. I'm misclicking. Ignore me. Does the clip she sent me have the chat enabled? Because sometimes older clips don't have chats. Yep, this is an older clip. This is from 2 months ago. So I don't have the chat. So I can't... Usually if I have access to the chat, I will just screenshot that because it makes it look a little bit higher quality. But in this case, since I don't have that, what I'm going to do is move the anchor point to the comment she's responding to, zoom in on it, and try to get it centered. Trying to make it so that it is centered a little bit. It's probably the best. Alternatively, another way of doing this, and this is, I usually do this for shorts or when I don't want to take away from the focus of the video, I will instead mask it. So in Premiere, you go to opacity and hit one of these. I hate these because masking in Premiere is one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life. This is me holding shift and it's not supposed to like move like that. I hate Premiere. I hate Premiere so much. Truly an awful program. So I mask it. Alright, I also still move the anchor point in the middle. This is just for resizing, because if the anchor point isn't in the middle and you resize something, yeah. So put it there and resize it. And this is usually what I do when I don't want to take away focus. So I will do 3 keyframes, one every 5 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keyframe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keyframe. And then for values, this is just to make like a little pop effect so that it looks a little bit more natural having the comment pop up. So I want it to be at 259, so I'll do 289 for the second keyframe, and for the first keyframe, I will do 219. Nope. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot hotkeys. So, and then I'll also add like a pop effect, or pop sound effect. Ignore the fact that I have honey pop music in here. I use it for certain things. That makes it sound like I edit porn. I don't edit porn. I use it for like, it's like generic sexy music. So whenever someone makes like a sex joke, I use this. That's the wrong song. I mean this one. So that's like my generic sexy song. Yeah, like most of what I do is like applicable to every single editing program. It's just that the method you go about doing it is slightly different. So it's nothing, really what I'm doing is nothing special. This is just kind of how I do things. It's my method of going about things. So yeah, this is the pop effect.
Reported for her.
That's actually, why does that look so wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my keyframes are off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Reported for harassment.
Yeah, so that's how usually I would do things. So there are two ways I would do a clip like this. I would either make it a short or I would make it like a full video like the way I'm doing it right now. But in this case, we're not doing this. We're doing this. I'll keep this around though, just in case I want to use it for something. All right, this is the most important thing I've learned. So I'm going to go into another project, preferably one that's full. This is not the, okay, making sure this is in the, I also have a video for Dashie that hasn't come out yet, and I don't want to accidentally spoil that one. Is this? No, this is a May clip. Okay, I can show that one. I think this is the Dashie clip I can't show. Yeah, okay. Spoiler alert, I guess. So this is an adjustment layer, and I have it set to do one thing. I copy and paste this for almost every single video I ever work on. So the first thing I do is, if you want to make something like this for yourself, because it gives me this effect. It's like a zoom effect.
Reported for harassment.
Roll for
Ooh, intelligence roll. Uh-oh, strength roll. Well, you're not... You got a pretty decent strength roll. I don't think you're going to be needing intelligence for a little bit. You're going to be you're going to make your way through the world with violence rather than smarts. What I'm saying is beat up everyone in your way. So yeah, this is like just a little zoom effect. I use this in every single video pretty much. Oops. And it's really simple. I use an adjustment layer, and what an adjustment layer is it's a layer that when you apply effects to it, it affects everything below it. So that's kind of really good when you're doing certain effects where you have like a lot of layers together and you want to do like a zoom in on all of them. You would use an adjustment layer so that everything underneath it is affected. So for this one, I just applied the transform effect. To be clear, I don't use the motion don't use what's already here, because this does not affect that. This just affects the size of the adjustment layer. So I apply a transform effect to it. I add scale. So in this case, I go from like, what the fuck? Where's the other keyframe? Not quite sure where that is. Weird. Not sure how that happened. But yeah, I had 2 keyframes, one for like 200 and one for to make it go to 100 so that it shows the entire thing. And then underneath that, you want to, I think you disable use composition shutter angle, and then increase the shutter angle to 360 so that you get like this little zoom line effect. And then I also add a sound effect to the beginning of the video, just, I don't know, it makes things sound nice. I either usually use the Pokemon A button sound, which is this one. I will use one of the menu sounds from Kingdom Hearts. I'm pretty sure this is also in the sound effects pack. All of these are in the sound effects pack if you want it. I'll use one of these sound effects. Or I'll use one of the various Japanese sound effects, which I will not be able to find in here because they are not labeled. So, in this case, because I don't want to go looking, I'll probably just use this. I don't usually make my own sound effects. I usually go looking. Because, well, number one, I don't really have a good enough mic for sound effect. Well, I mean, I have an AT2020, but I'm in a situation where I can't really make sound effects, basically. Okay, so next up, we added that sound effect, so now we get this nice little effect of...
Reported for harassment.
Okay. Do I want to keep this dead air in?
You can't spell harassment.
I'll probably cut out this dead air, honestly. I'm usually very careful with cutting out dead air because I don't want things to sound off, if that makes sense. Because in certain cases, things don't sound right without a little bit of dead air in between. It just makes conversations feel a little bit more natural. So I'm a little bit careful with that usually. I love how I keep accidentally cutting back to come. Very funny to me. Okay, so next.
You can't spell harassment without ass, and that's the only good thing.
So for this, I'd probably just number one move the anchor point so that I'm focusing on Ruby and try to get her in the center of the frame as best I can. I can actually reduce some of the size here. Yeah, that works. I'm actually going to knock down some of this volume on the background music because I want you guys to not just hear the void while I explain to you how to video edit. I don't want you guys to just be in the void, but I also want to be able to hear Ruby a little bit better. I might knock up the volume on Premiere a little bit as well. I'll probably put that to 16.
You can't spell harassment without ass.
Oh, actually, I forgot to do a thing. Also, this is the worst goddamn... Can I rant about Premiere for a little bit? Because I hate Premiere, and I hate that it's the only editing program I know how to use. I hate the essential panels. It's literally the worst, and it always gets in my goddamn way. Because I don't want this. This is useless to me. So I always have to reset my layout after every time. You can do that with Alt-Shift-0. It's worse with text. Because if you double-click text, Premiere freezes for like 10 seconds, and then it pulls up the Essentials text panel, which is completely worthless. Anyway. So I want to do a bit of a slow zoom out here. So I probably 555. Oh no, I made my breast size smaller. I'm sorry, everyone.
Reported for harassment.
Yeah, just a little tiny bit of motion.
Reported for harassment.
It's barely noticeable, but I think it just makes it look it just makes everything look smoother. Also, hi Testicle Tyrant. This is the editing stream where I show people how I video edit.
You can't spell harassment.
So I'm probably going to do the exact same thing here, add a little tiny bit of motion. For this, it's just kind of get the feel of how values feel. So in this case, I'd probably do something like 255. Like 5 is probably just enough for something like this.
You can't spell harassment without ass.
Actually, I think I'd want to do 260.
You can't spell harassment without ass.
Yeah, so... And then right up here, and then I go a few frames forward so that I get like a impact zoom on this. 280?
And that's the only good thing your mom has.
Okay, that impact zoom is a little too slow. I want it to be a little faster.
And that's the only good thing your mom has.
Yeah, I don't have like values for impact and quick zooms like that. I usually just slide around the timeline until I get something that feels right. So in this case, it'd be something like this.
Thing your mom has. Oh, and that's the only good thing your mom has.
Okay, so next, I'm going to remove my keyframes on this clip. Oh, hi Ruby, we're editing your clip. Look, it's you. It's you. You're in the movie. You've become popular at long last. Actually, that's kind of mean. My bad. So, I had this at 250 originally. I probably want to... Did I have it at 250? Yeah. I had this at 250 originally. So, probably go back to that. Maybe zoom out a little bit more, actually. Okay, next, oh, my face. I'm always gonna... I should probably disable my... Probably should disable my, my hotkeys for the stream. So, I'm probably gonna want like a screen shake effect. I'm also gonna want that super hot fire clip I downloaded earlier. I don't have it in here. Whoops. Oh, that's documents. That's not. Yeah, so I want this. Very loud. Add an in point so that I just get this clip, I don't get the entire thing. Then use the drag to drag it here. I'm also going to want to like reduce this by like 40 decibels because it's very loud.
Oh.
Actually, a little too quiet now, so about 30 probably would be perfect.
Oh. It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. Oh, it's funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut it out here.
It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. Oh.
What editing software do I use? This is Adobe Premiere Pro 2024, a legally acquired version. I am totally paying Adobe, like, how much is it? $20 a month to use this program that never fucking works.
Oh.
But everything I'm talking about here kind of works in every other editing software. It's just you have to go about a different way of doing it. So for this, I also gave myself a nice little thing here. I'm gonna add a cut here, and that is because I'm going to go to my effects panel and I'm going to look up Gentle Shake. This is a preset that I downloaded. I think it's called the Ultimate Earthquake Effects Pack. Yeah, Ultimate Earthquake by Cinecom. It's $9 if you want like a premium license, but the personal license is free. Premium license I think is like paid if you like do monetize videos and stuff and commercial use. Basically, it's commercial use essentially, but it's like $9 if you need it for commercial use. Hi, Sean. When's a DaVinci learning arc? I do want to learn DaVinci, but I want to get the full thing, and that costs money. So, but it's a perpetual license, so it's more worth it than Premiere, where you pay Adobe $20 a month to get access to their entire suite of shitty products.
Oh, it's
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna add Gentle Shake to this.
oh.
And one thing I don't like about Gentle Shake is the shutter angle. So if I reduce the shutter angle, I can kind of reduce the amount of motion blur.
Oh, it's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. Oh, it's funny because I told you.
Also, it also adds 105 scale, which is like 5 extra scale. No clue why it does that, but yeah.
Oh, it's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt.
So what I'm gonna do here is to enhance the joke. Go here, add a keyframe. Where's the anchor point? It is in the middle of your face. Okay, so just get a little bit of a zoom in.
It's funny.
And I accidentally put too much space in between this keyframe. So I need to like zoom out here.
It's funny because
Still a little bit too much space. I want that to be like really, really fast.
it's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt.
And at the end of the joke, boop. Now, if I was a good editor, I would time how much frames were between this. I actually probably should do that. 3 frames, okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm actually gonna be a good editor for once in my life. I'm actually fairly lazy when I'm editing.
Mother has a big butt. Oh.
Should I add more of the sound effect? Why not? Yeah, I'll add like the remaining part that was cut out. Lazy but effective. I mean, the reason, like, when I say lazy, I mean I don't really clean things up, and I don't like. Whoa, that was weird. I don't do similar. Like I don't like standardize basically. So some zooms will not be the exact same amount of frames. It'll be variable. Though that might just be like the weird brain in me talking where I need to be like everything's equal. So I'm actually gonna go back and change something. I'm gonna get the video for Super Hot Fire. I wish I could see the sound form of this. Where's my endpoint? 713. Okay. I'm gonna go to 713. I'm gonna set the endpoint so this video is the exact same length. And I'm gonna drag just the video. And this should also be the exact same length. Yep. Everything's good. Okay. This is just like, oh, I'm crying. I usually am crying when I'm editing, funnily enough. Pretend to be productive to look good while you're saying you're lazy. I'm not pretending. This is genuinely how I do things. If anything, this is a bit slower than how I would do things because I'm talking. Usually a clip like this would not even take me more than an hour. I mean, it's probably still not going to take me that long, but still. Oh, right. I added this. Oh, shit. I'm gonna disable this. So, yeah, now that it doesn't show up. Okay. So I'm going to resize this because it's a weird size. And then I'm going to just make it reduce the opacity so that's slightly visible.
It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt.
I'm gonna copy. And then, oops, I accidentally moved that up. Paste attribute. Whoops, I did not copy. Why is it? Copy. Weird. Okay, paste attribute. I'm only a comedian over text. Hey, same with me. I'm not that funny, honestly.
It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt.
I probably should add a little more screen shake here. Copy. Paste. Oh, that's one of those effects. I can't copy presets in between. Yeah, I don't know why I can't do that, but you can't copy presets. Gotta love Premiere. So now I gotta go back and add all the exact same things that I added to this one. Which is 33 sampling, okay. Or 33 shutter angle. What did I think I was sampling? And now I'm going to remove attributes to return this to the natural, like, how the clip originally looked. Because in this case, it's kind of just funny to leave this. And then add another zoom here because Ruby's... Act surprised, everyone, Ruby's saying some shit. The streamer is talking, how dare she? What is... So I had this at like 250 probably, so I probably want to zoom in to that amount again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 frames should be enough in this case. I want 250. And then I also need to center her in the middle of the screen, so that'd be 616.2. 616.2. And then 320. Just to center her. So let's see how that looks.
It is also equally as funny because it therefore implies that your mother has no other redeeming qualities.
Okay, so it's probably funnier to just cut this off right there. What is that noise? Hang on. What? What is that noise? Hang on. I'm leaving that in. I'm not going to use the exact same sound effect that I used for the original one. I'm going to add like an audience applause, I think. What is this? Oh, okay. These are pictures. Is that the game? It sounds like you. I have to have a better applause than that. Yeah. This is 720, so I need to add... Oh no, this clip is in 720. Okay. Same opacity.
Other redeeming qualities.
Oh, I probably need to... Hang on. There we go. Add just a bit of opacity so you can kind of see it. There we go. So this is how I would usually do a clip. So we're pretty much done with the basic editing aspect of this, honestly.
Reported for harassment. You can't spell harassment without ass. And that's the only good thing your mom has. It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. It is also equally as funny because it therefore implies that your mother has no other redeeming qualities.
Yeah. So that's typically how I would do a clip like this. Now for sound effect work. I like adding some certain sound effects on zooms because it just makes things sound a little bit nicer.
And that's the only good thing you're...
So in this case, I'm going to go to my sound effects folder and I'm going to apologize for blowing out your ears because, well, now I can just drag them over into Premiere. So which is this one? Not the one I'm looking for. Not the one I'm looking for. Maybe. Yeah, this should work. I also need to go to where the it begins. Yes.
And that's the only good thing your mom has.
Also reduce that just by 10. Am I bald again? Sorry. I'm having skin issues, so I'm kind of looking at my arm right now. So I'd add an impact like this.
And that's the only good.
Oh, I accidentally put 101 decibels. I meant to put 10.
And that's the only good thing your mom has. It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt.
Should I add a sound effect there? Because I feel like the hard cut to the audio might be funnier. Let me try it.
It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt.
Yeah, actually, I think that works better.
Big butt. It is also equally as funny because it therefore implies that...
Okay, another sound effect here. This is one I've been using a lot recently. This is Super Mario 64's camera zoom effect. Alright, no problem, man. We're about to start yours. We're pretty much at the end. Yeah, I am aware.
It is also equally as funny because it therefore implies that your mother has no other redeeming qualities.
All right, so that's pretty much how I would do a clip like this. Now comes the most fun part, everyone. So I'm gonna open a random sequence, someone's clip that I've edited already. It has to be a full screen clip. I'll grab one of Dashy's, not the one that he hasn't uploaded yet. Don't want to do spoilers. I'll do this one then. Yep, it's everybody's favorite part of editing, subtitling. So I'm gonna grab one of the subtitles I've already done for someone else. This is just because it makes it easier for me to just kind of resize them. Actually, I probably shouldn't use Dashy's because Dashy's is not how I typically do people's subtitles. Dashy has slightly different subtitles than everybody else. I'll grab Maze. Oops. How did I open the NVIDIA? God damn it, NVIDIA. Yeah, I don't want to use Dashy's because Dashy's is not that great. You're gonna copy paste text? Yeah. How do you do subtitles? Because you might be doing it the hard way. I learned how to do subtitles of like a very long time ago. Well, not yeah, pretty much a very long time ago when I started editing for Hex, pretty much. I learned how to do subtitles, and it's way easier than whatever the hell way I thought you had to do it before. So the first thing I have to do is pick a font for Ruby. So I have to go through my most used fonts because I usually use the exact same fonts for almost everybody. So there's sample, there's impact, bold marker. Bold marker is what I use for Beezy, not Beezy. Dashy, Gelée is... Who uses Gelée? Is that Rumi? Must be Rumi, I think. I'll use... Yeah, let's use Alpha Kind, why not? They have new... Oh, well, I do probably better than the way I do things. So, yeah. Next, I choose a color. I usually just go with a primary color on their body. So, probably like a red or like a... I don't know. I feel like this is a nice color. Usually if like someone had someone edit for them before me, I ask them what font they use because I try to type match fonts. So I've done it for one clip and I don't know if this is how this works in DaVinci, but let me show you. Also, I'm going to turn off audio while I subtitle because I don't want to mishear.
You can't spell harass.
There we go. So I listen to what she says. And then I alt click, I go forward, and I drag it forward. So this is a copy of this one, but it has all of the exact same effects and stuff that I had applied to it previously. It just it's basically copy and pasting. So you do alt click and drag. I am pretty sure that's like a universal thing, so it should work in DaVinci. Do not quote me on that because I have not used DaVinci ever. I want to learn it eventually, but I have no Premiere, so I'm going to use Premiere. Thank you for the head pats. I mean, you can hire me if you want to.
Without ass.
So one thing with subtitles that I kind of don't do all the time is sometimes I fade them out and sometimes I don't. Okay, Dashy, are you still here? Because I want to make a point about this. Because I need to ask you something real quick. Okay. Do you mind if I show your clip that I edited for you, but you haven't released yet? Do you mind if I show that? Because I wanna make an example of how I do text. Okay. Where is that? I really don't have these sorted properly. Okay, so in a conversation like this,
Maybe I should do ASMR. Who wants a full? Is there a market for that?
so you see how I didn't fade out this text, but in a section like this, where's a good example? Here.
That would be very not cool.
I would fade out text like this, based on the way based on the way that he says it. It's another thing where it's a kind of a case by case basis where you would want to fade out subtitles. And in the case of a clip like this that I did for May, this is another good example. If I do a hard cut to a different angle, I don't fade out the subtitles because the subtitles can just disappear naturally and it won't look jarring. Because I'm trying to make the text disappearing not look jarring. Because just having it disappear can kind of be a little distracting, I feel like. So it depends. If I have a cut, I try to go like leave the text up for that because it just makes things look more natural. So it would be like, so an example would be like this.
My name that was stupid. Are you ready?
So that looks a lot less jarring than just having the text like disappear over time naturally. Okay. Back to subtitling.
And that's the only good.
Wait.
And that's the only good thing your mom had.
And that's okay.
That's the only good thing your mom had.
Okay, I'm who talk fast. How would you fade that text out? In the case of somebody who talks very fast, I usually don't fade text at all. Because if they're talking very fast and it's just like one text to another, it's just bam, 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 I would just leave the text up. If there's a small break in between when they talk, I just leave the text up. And then when they speak again, I just move to the next text. It's very rare, though.
It's only good.
Well, no, it's not actually that rare. I'm gonna do something I usually don't do. And it's usually something I do for certain jokes, but in this case, this joke might work better with it. What happened? Uh-oh, did I do the thing that I talked about because Premiere isn't responding? Did I double-click text accidentally? I did. I hate Premiere.
Mom. Mom.
So this is a little something. I don't do this very often anymore, but for certain things, for certain jokes, I will split how the text appears. So you see how in these situations I just subtitle what she says fully, and I try to break it up in a way that makes sense. So
You can't spell harassment without ass, and that's the only good thing.
the fuck happened to my? Are my headphones dying? What was that noise?
Pompoko ding!
Oh, my headphones are on 10%. Oops, that's bad. Jana Roxas, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you? We're doing an editing stream. My headphones are about to die, so I need to actually kind of speed up a little bit.
Your mom has.
See? So this is how I would do a joke like this. I split how the text appears. What's with that? Okay. So there's a little bit of impact there.
Your mom has.
It can kind of enhance a joke sometimes. Just plug in the headphones. I don't have a 3.5 millimeter audio jack or audio cable, so I can't. It's fine. This will last long enough for me to finish this, hopefully.
Oh.
We have an ad coming up. I'm gonna see if I can finish. I'm gonna speedrun
Oh,
this.
it's funny.
I mean, charge them. They turn off when they're charging.
Because
Oh shit.
I told you that. Your mom.
Oh.
Your mother
Damn it! It's not mom. It's mother.
has a big boy.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing here, actually.
Big boy.
Shit. Oop.
It's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. Oh.
One very important thing that you're going to learn with subtitling, and it's not going to apply to everybody because everyone's audio levels are a little bit different. Look at your waveforms. Please, for the love of God, look at waveforms. It makes it very easy to kind of tell where certain words are said, and it makes subtitling very easy because it shows you where subs should appear. So you can kind of tell which words are which. So like in this case, this is big and this is butt, so I know where to add the subtitles. Waveforms are important, look at them.
Big butt. Oh.
Don't just ignore them like I did for several months.
It is also.
Also, if you are using Premiere, it's probably good to have the text panel up. This shows you all the text that you have in your timeline, and it also makes it easy to like spell check and correct things because you can just click on it, and then you can change the words in here instead. It's really nice.
It is also. Is also. Equally as.
Also
funny
equally as
because it therefore implies that your mother has no other redeeming quality.
And there we go. That's everything. So now it should be fully subtitled. So in total, it would look like this.
Reported for harassment. You can't spell harassment without ass. And that's the only good thing your mom has. Oh, it's funny because I told you that your mother has a big butt. Oh. It is also equally as funny because it therefore implies that your mother has no other redeeming qualities. Oh.
I spelled redeeming wrong. And there we go. We did it. That is Ruby's clip. So that's typically how I did a very short clip like this. Yeah, Akiyama's voice is... Also, did I say hi, Zaki? Hi, Zaki! Akiyama's voice actor is also Beerus in Dragon Ball Z, which I did not know. So now we're going to take a look at Beezy's clip. This is fairly recent.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so as stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy path. First of all, it was Berserk. Then it went to JoJo's. And which one of these books looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit.
Jesus Christ! What is that cut?
Definitely the one in the very bottom. Definitely one in the very corner. Somehow, that caught my eye. And I read it every single fucking day. It's so peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here, absolute cinema. Absolute fucking cinema. Yuri came first before Yaoi. I don't know how, but I'm still gonna read it, and I'm gonna read every single bit of it. And now I'm looking for more Yuri to read before I go to bed. That is gonna be my nighttime story, my bedtime story. Yeah.
Okay, Jesus, that cut. Those cuts are not great. How did you manage to cut in the middle of the sentence and then, like, cut with too much dead air? This is another really simple one, though. I can fix this up. This shouldn't be that hard. Okay. We're still in ad break, though, so I probably should wait for everybody to come back. Let me turn music back on so that you guys can hear. I have something to do. I'm gonna go grab something real quick, and then when ads are over, we're gonna start on this one. This one should not take that long because I've already explained all of the concepts to everybody. I'll be right back. Be right back. Okay, back. Is that break done yet? I don't know how long ad break lasts. It'll be done in a second, hopefully. Where is my OBS window? There it is. Just finish your eggs? Okay, we're gonna get started on this then.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so, as stated...
Okay, here we go. So I'll just cut out this entire beginning part because it does not add anything.
Okay, so, as stated, my manga journey...
For BZ clips, I usually like to cut out stutters and ums. And this is
Okay,
something I
so-
do in general for people who kind of stutter when they're talking, myself included.
as stated,
This kind of breaks my rule of situations where I don't want to make things look like they jump around too much. But in these cases, it makes things flow a lot better. So it's better to just not have that there.
As stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy, crazy path. First of all,
I swear I'm acid speaking. We know, it's fine. We love you either way.
it was Berserk. Then it went to JoJo's. And which one of these books looks a bit odd out of
The fuck do I do with this?
the crazy path? First of all, it was Berserk. Then it went to JoJo's.
This is gonna be awkward either way, but I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of cut this out.
JoJo's. Which one of these books looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit different from the. Looks different from them. Definitely the one in the very bottom. Definitely one in the very corner. Somehow that caught my eye.
Another. Also, funnily enough, this music is kind of perfect because this is the exact kind of music I would use for this clip. This is Creative Exercise, I'm pretty sure. Or is this Monkeys? No, this is Creative Exercise. Do I have Creative Exercise downloaded? I do. No, this is Monkeys. I don't know why this song is called Monkeys, but it is. Let me just go grab that real quick. Don't ask me where I'm getting all of this music. I'm not at legal. I'm not legally allowed to say where I'm getting this music from. Yeah, Monkeys. This song is called Monkey Song. Bum 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 bum.
And I read it every single fucking day. It's so peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here, absolute cinema. Absolute fucking cinema.
Boop. Cut out more dead air.
Yuri came first before Yaoi. I don't know how, but I'm still gonna read it, and I'm gonna read every single bit of it. And now I'm looking for more Yuri to read before I go to bed. That is gonna be my nighttime story, my bedtime story. Yeah.
Okay, so I've already cut down the clip 14 seconds. We'll see ripping things. Yeah, I mean, if you're just using templates for the most part, it's fine. Okay, so now we have kind of the flow. So I'm going to start adding visuals. I started crying the minute I needed to actually do work. Hang on. I'm gonna grab this real quick. It's time to do the one thing I always do and just copy and paste this.
Okay, so
Oh, actually, I need to hide this real quick. Because I'm going to do zoom ins on BZ's face. Oop. There's probably a way to like have guides so that I can better center this. But who gives a shit? If it works, it works. If you want to read Yuri and you don't mind visual novels, Blackberry Honey.
okay, so
Little too fast.
as stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy, crazy path.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm going to nest these two clips together. So for those of you who do not know what nesting is, it basically, you can take clips that are in, you can take any amount of clips that are in your timeline and you can compress them together into its own like mini sequence. So if I click on this, it opens the nested sequence and you can see the clips that I put in there. I don't know how you would do that in DaVinci, but I'm assuming it has something similar. So I put these two clips together in their own little thing. So this cordons them off, and it also allows me to do edits that affect all of those clips that are contained within there. It lets me do that without using an adjustment layer. Because in this case, I'm already using an adjustment layer and I don't want to use a second one. No. Oh.
So okay, so as stated, my manga journey. Okay, so as stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy, crazy path. First of all, it was Berserk.
Um. Hmm.
As stated, my
Hang on. Actually. This might look wrong. Let me see how this looks.
stated, my manga journey.
Okay. Yeah. Hang on. Where the fuck am I? This is gonna look really weird. I may actually regret doing that. I may actually regret doing that. Nesting these two clips, but it should be fun.
My manga journey.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. Clear. I'm going to do a bit of tracking on BZ's face here.
My manga journey.
Because I don't want to just zoom in on a single point. I want to keep the focus on his face.
Me down a
This is usually something I do for more advanced clips because this actually takes a little bit of time to get right.
crazy.
But I like the effect that it gives. And it's better for stuff where I want to put emphasis on what the streamer is saying.
Stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy, crazy path. First of all,
See? I really like how that looks. But I don't get the chance to do it very often, and also it's very time consuming, so that's why I usually reserve it for commissions that pay the little bit of extra to get more out of it. And it doesn't fit like every clip.
first of all, it was Berserk.
Next, I probably, since he's talking about specific things, I'm gonna look for like Berserk cover or something. Just gonna save the first image that appears on Google Images because I'm not really putting all that much effort into this. And remember that trick I taught you guys earlier? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not 96. 56. For Poppins.
First of all, it
Like that.
was Berserk.
Also need to add pop.
Berserk. Then it went to
And next I need JoJo's. I know exactly what I'm gonna do I want to use that one? I want the ASBR cover. Well, this one. This will work. And it's an AVIF file. Not the one I want. I just want a PNG. Pop.mp3. Excuse you, pop sound effect.mp3. Get your fucking facts right, whore. I'm going to copy and paste attributes on this. It's not going to look exactly the same because they're different sizes. So I need to make this a tiny bit smaller to fit in with that. How big is this? 25? So this is what, 35? And then make it 45 for the pop.
JoJo's. Then it went to JoJo's.
I don't know. I don't play restricted. I don't know. I don't know what the tiers are. I don't know what people play in Pokemon. Okay, now for this. How do I want to do this? Beezy's fat ass is in the way.
Which one of these booklets looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit different from the. Looks different from them.
Bro is stumbling.
Which one of these booklets looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit different from the. Looks different from them. Definitely. Definitely.
Oh, shit. Whoops. Okay. So probably something like this.
Which one of these booklets looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit different from the. Looks different from them. Definitely the one in the very bottom. Definitely one in the very corner.
Beezy repeats himself here, so I'll cut this out.
Somehow, that caught my eye.
He ends up repeating himself here, so we'll just cut this out. Oops.
Somehow, that.
I also want to do another zoom in on his face, but I don't want to go with the exact same way I did it before. I want to make... I don't want it to be like the exact same zoom. I'm going to do like 200. And for a cut like this, I want to use a sound effect. I'm going back to the good old Mario 64 sound effects. And I'm using this, the camera click, from when you would change camera angles in Mario 64. Again, if you ever need sound effects for editing, look through old video game sound effects, or even modern ones. It can be a little hard to find certain ones, but I've included a lot in the sound effects pack that I shared with you guys. The unfortunate thing is, a lot of them aren't labeled, and that's not even my fault because they just came in a way that they weren't labeled. Get it? They came. Haha. Sex joke. So yeah, it just makes cuts like this feel more natural.
Somehow, that caught my eye.
I'm also gonna do
That caught my eye.
is that perfect?
That caught my eye.
Better.
And I read it every single fucking day. It's so peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here, absolute cinema. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm going to do a bit of copy and pasting. Copy this. Paste it. Oh, well, no, don't paste it yet because I want
This
to.
book over here.
I'm going to go through and remove all of these except for this because I just want this without having to zoom in on it again because I'm lazy. I'm a stupid, lazy baka.
I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here.
I don't want to use a click sound effect again, but you know what? I'm not putting too much effort into this.
Lie. This book over here.
I'm gonna grab the Absolute Cinema meme. that's a WebP. I hate WebPs because they don't work in Premiere.
Absolute cinema.
Ooh, wrong. That's very small, but yeah, it should work. I'm making this transparent anyway.
Somehow, that caught my eye.
Boop. Maybe I should make this just a tiny bit bigger. Is there one that's bigger than this? Because this is a very odd size. I don't need it to be 640 by 640. I want it to be 1280 by 720 if at all possible. Okay, this one is 640 by 480. Here's another very useful thing that I don't know if it exists in DaVinci. Replace with clip from source monitor. Very useful effect. Where's this anchor point? Actually, never mind. I did remove his attributes anyway. Okay, next. Get rid of these keyframes because I don't need them. Resize that. Zoom in a bit more on VZ's face. Center it. Smug BZ.
Absolute cinema. This book over here, absolute cinema. Absolute fucking cinema.
He repeats himself here, and it doesn't work for the joke, so I'm gonna cut that out.
Absolute cinema. Yuri came first before Yaoi. I don't know how, but I'm still gonna read it, and I'm gonna read every single bit of it. And now I'm looking for more Yuri to read before I go to bed. That is gonna be my nighttime story, my bedtime story.
I like this cute little yeah, so I'm gonna keep it in.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty much everything. I don't really think there's a lot more sound work I could do with this one. But this means that I get to choose a backing track. And I already downloaded the backing track I wanted, right? Yeah. Monkey song.
The one at the very bottom. Somehow, that caught my eye. And I read it every single fucking day. It's so peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even...
Just to make sure, you don't actually have music in this one. Oh, right. I taught you how to do separated audio. I just come back and I just see lesbian. Well...
Okay, so, as stated...
Oh, I forgot to add a sound at the beginning of this.
Okay, so...
No, I don't want to change that because that'll change.
Okay, so, as...
I want to grab menu sounds real quick. We love lesbians here on this channel. Any lesbians in chat? We love you. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. Another scenario where Kingdom Hearts sound effects come in clutch. Wait, did I start blushing when I said I love lesbians? That's cringe. What the fuck did I just do? Where are my sequences? No clue what the fuck I just did, but sure.
Okay, so...
I left some of the beginning in, so it doesn't sound right. Well, no. Not 20. 10.
Okay, so, as stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy path. First of all, it was Berserk. Then it went to JoJo's. Which one of these booklets looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit different from the. Looks different from them. Definitely the one at the very bottom. Somehow that caught my eye, and I read it every single fucking day. It's so peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here, absolute cinema. Yuri came first before Yaoi. I don't know how, but I'm still gonna read it, and I'm gonna read every single bit of it. And now I'm looking for more Yuri to read before I go to bed.
Oh, I'm
That is gonna
bald.
be
God damn
my
it.
Nighttime story, my bedtime story. Yeah.
Oh, I'll add a sound effect at the end there because he's being cute, so I'll add a cute sound effect. Shoot. Ah, that's gonna be very loud. I'm sorry. This would work. That shit jump scared me. Fucking hell. All right. Now for subtitles. I have to go find the last video I edited for BZ so I can find his subtitles. So I can just copy and paste them without having to remake them. God, I have. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
You see how much BZ talks in comparison to everybody else? Look at the amount of subtitles they have to do for this man. This man is a yapper, dude. This man loves talking. Yapaholic for real.
Okay, so.
Anyway, we gotta cut off music because I'm doing subtitling. Also, you are too fucking loud. I'm gonna knock you down to 2. Why are you at? What the hell happened?
Okay, so.
Professional yapper for real? I mean, we're all streamers, so I guess we all are professional yappers.
As stated.
Why is that mess something up? Is this bilinear? What's going on? Something's up. Hang on. That should not be moving like that.
As stated. Okay, so. As stated.
Yep, it does the thing that I hated doing. Where it randomly, like, goes up and then goes back down. Yeah, here. It's Auto Bezier, and that's why, I think. Linear.
As stated. Okay, so. As stated, my manga journey has led me down a.
There we go.
My manga journey has led me down a. Crazy. 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 Crazy path.
Sorry if I don't talk so much during this, because I'm just doing subtitling.
First of all, it was Berserk. Then it went to JoJo.
These are a bit too loud. I'm gonna just add -10 to these.
Which one of these books?
Oh, it's JoJo's, not JoJo.
Which one of these booklets? Which one of these booklets looks?
Usually I do subtitle his stutters, but I think I won't in this case.
Booklets looks a bit odd out of the it looks a bit odd out of the
Never mind, he stutters way more than I thought he did, so I have to subtitle the entire
it
thing.
looks a bit different.
Did I even subtitle this right?
Looks a bit odd out of the it looks a bit different from the
Damn, cooking him. Listen, it's no, like, I'm not shitting on him for it. It's just that sometimes he makes my job harder.
looks different from them.
That's a little bit too long.
Looks different from them.
I'm not like cooking him intentionally.
Definitely the one at the very bottom. Definitely the one at the very bottom. Somehow.
Yeah, I'm not cooking him because well, I mean, if I was cooking him, I'd probably make a better meal than BZ would ever cook.
That caught my eye.
Okay.
And I
Caught me eye.
read it every single fucking day. It's so
Shit.
fucking day. It's so peak.
That is not a comma. Well, not a comma, but
It's so stupid. I'm not even gonna peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even gonna.
I'm not gonna. Should I fade out that? Probably. Crosses off.
Love it. I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here, absolute cinema.
Oh, hey, I made my life easier by having this meme, so I don't have to subtitle this. Crazy.
Absolute cinema. Yuri came first before yeah. Yeah. Yowie. I don't know. I don't know how. But I'm still gonna.
Proper capitalizations are important to me. It makes everything looks good.
Read it, and I'm. It, and I'm gonna read it. Every single bit of it.
Little bit of it.
And now I'm looking for
And
more Yuri to read before.
what the fuck did I just do? Oh, did I save it? That could have been bad.
And now I'm looking for more Yuri to read
For more Yuri to read.
before I go to bed.
Before I go to bed.
That is going to be my
That is gonna be. It's gonna be me.
night maybe my nighttime story.
Nighttime story.
My bedtime
Beezy, oh my god, it's May 4th.
Yeah.
My streamer, everybody. May the cringe be with you.
Yeah.
And with your spirit. Sorry, the Catholic in me came out. And that's both of them done. I did not expect that this would take me an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, so as stated, my manga journey has led me down a crazy path. First of all, it was Berserk. Then it went to JoJo's. Which one of these booklets looks a bit odd out of the? It looks a bit different from the. Looks different from them. Definitely the one at the very bottom. Somehow that caught my eye, and I read it every single fucking day. It's so peak. It's so stupidly peak that I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. This book over here, absolute cinema. Yuri came first before Yaoi. I don't know how, but I'm still gonna read it, and I'm gonna read every single bit of it. And now I'm looking for more Yuri to read before I go to bed. That is gonna be my nighttime story, my bedtime story. Yeah.
There we go. That's both clips done. I hope that the people I made them for enjoy them. That was very fun. I'll render these out and I'll send them to you. Jesus. I'll render these out and I'll send them to you guys after stream. Which is going to be here. I'm going to end stream right now. I ended up talking a lot more than I thought I did, and I somehow made myself lightheaded. So, yeah, that's impressive. Okay, yeah. Well then, gamers, let's see who's streaming today. Is anybody streaming? I should read somebody. Who's alive? No, not you, not you. Why am I still following you? Let's see who's streaming in my recommended. I'm gonna look at like my recommended section and then look for somebody to raid from there. Living? Who's living? I don't know who that is. Or is that in response to something I said? I'm sorry. I'm a little, as the kids say, fucking dumb. But yeah, Ultra. Why not? Who's alive? I don't know.
Think banana.
Jesus, you go live right now, Dashi. I'll raid you instead. No. All right, I'm gonna render these out and I'm gonna send these to you later. As a reminder, you guys can grab my sound effects pack if that's something you care about. I'll post a link on Blue Sky and Twitter later. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out today. It's always nice to see so many familiar faces and some new ones. And I'll see you all back here later. Not tomorrow though. I'm taking a bit of a break from streaming tomorrow because I've been streaming for a long time. We're gonna raid Ultra. Be very nice to them, or else I'm going to eat your ass. Sorry, Chimley, I'm ending the stream. I've been working for too long. But be nice or I'm gonna eat your ass. And not in the fun way. Alright, gamers. Live fast and eat ass. Why the hell? Okay, well, whatever. Bye bye.